The convoy of representatives from Centacare, Port Augusta, leave the confines of the cement jungle and head for the dusty tracks, endless horizon, and the stillness of the open country. The ever-present contrast between the beauty of the flowing countryside of the Flinders Ranges mixes without choice with the stark reality of an ebbing suicide rate amongst boys and men all over this country. Boys from Ceduna, Port Lincoln, Whyalla and Port Augusta all converge on Blinman, a quiet and peaceful setting for what is set to be 3 days of hard-hitting informational talks from social workers and mentors, all of them whom have been affected by suicide directly or indirectly.
Turn to the person next to you, don't be shy, and ask them how they are. Simple task, just ask them how they are.
How are you, Robbie?
How are you? How are you?
I'm going home, bro. Well, pull it from my break.
Now, suicide is something that hasn't really been spoken. If it had been, then it's in hushed terms. Oh, did you hear that so-and-so, he committed suicide? In a quiet voice. But we don't want it to be a quiet voice anymore. We want people to be well aware that people out there are struggling with their daily lives. 6 people are dying every day. How many people is that over 1 year?
So when we have these healing camps up in the bush, obviously we try and enforce, like living skills around suicide prevention, and we try and take them and connect them back to land. They might even be from the land, but we show them how culture and identity is so important. And we also get out there where there's a site where they can learn from what's around them. So how did Aboriginal Australia educate themselves before colonisation?
The elders, every old person here, we've got an ear and we can listen to any of your problems. If you want to come to us, come to Aaron, myself, you don't have to do it in front of anybody else. If you're worried about something, just come and ask us if you trust us enough, okay?
My name's Kingsley Hampton. I work for Centacare, Aboriginal Project Officer. I work with juvenile between 12 and 25. They come through the courts, Family SA and SAPOP. We bring them up to Angarichina, which is a camp just to get them away from the city, away from their norm of drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. We do some traditional things, take them to places, try and walk them, get all the energy out of them. A lot of the kids enjoy it. They like to come back again.
When they come to realise that a person who has committed suicide may not have been thinking in the best possible way. They may have been similar to a person walking down a long corridor. In hindsight, we can look down that long corridor and we can see the doors that were open. But the people who commit suicide may not have seen the doors that were open in the long corridor. They only had their eyes focused on the door right at the end, the door that would take away their pain.